well, hello and welcome. My name is Trevor DeResta.
I'm Josh Crespo.
Today we have a very, very special guest. His name is Reed Campbell. Me and Reed actually know each other from school. We went to the same high school. I believe we actually first met through golf. We joined the golf team. That's basically how I was introduced to Reed. What a fun time that was. So, Reed, thank you so much for joining and jumping on. I guess the best place to start is really, where are you from?
Well, thank you for having me, Josh and Trevor. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
Of course.
So professional.
I'm in San Diego right now. It's beautiful. It's like 82 degrees, super nice out. Like you mentioned, Trevor, we grew up together in Morgan Hill, but I'm a California local.
So yeah, we went to Ann Sobrato out in Morgan Hill. So, Reed, you're out in San Diego currently. Why did you move down there?
You know, I came down here mostly for personal reasons. I mean, it's beautiful down here. I started visiting San Diego and I saw like how beautiful it was. I had a friend down here and just kind of was really into surfing and happened to find a good job down here that lets me be in San Diego. And now here I am 2 years later.
What are you doing for work?
I work in healthcare. I work in like biotech for a healthcare startup.
What a great field to be in right now. All right, well, I guess we can definitely start off with the first question. What first got you into music?
It's a good question. I guess it depends on what stage. I mean, I feel like my music has been an evolution. The first time that I really started developing musical taste was like childhood, listening to like, you know, the music that your parents play, right? Like in the Bay, I feel like all my roots come from 98.5 K-Fox, like classic rock, you know? So I really feel like all my like everything like has evolved from there. I feel like that's like my base and like my platform, and like all my musical interests have like spawned off of that. But I really feel like, yeah, maybe like when I was probably in middle school, did I start to have like an individual music identity instead of just like my parents' music identity? Like, oh no, I like this, I don't like that. Yeah, it's interesting when you like are super young, you just, you know, I don't know, you're listening to like Teletubbies and then whatever the heck like your parents are playing. So that's like the first times I can remember being like, no, this is what I like.
So what bands did you get into when you first started getting into music for yourself?
I feel like at that time the music was like The Offspring and like Sum 41 and, you know, Good Charlotte, and like I had my own CDs. I really got into like burning CDs and like making my own, you know, LimeWire, like
ripping all the music from your favorite artists,
millions of viruses just downloaded immediately on your computer.
Yeah, just like that early days stuff. And yeah, it wasn't until college. I felt like in college I really started to, I think, develop more like a deeper relationship with music, where I started to recognize that I had like potential to create music and like sing. I started to like, I would like sing and people would be like, oh, you got a good voice. And like, I think I was too self-conscious at that time, or not confident enough basically to like own that. But so I was like sneaky like singing and like slowly coming up on my singing, but then also just like recognizing that like music, just kind of being recognized for having good musical taste. Like I would like play music for friends, like, oh, this is sick, like I like this. And like I would like post a lot of music like on my Facebook or like share it, and like I feel like I got a lot of good feedback on the music I would share. And I felt like I started to recognize like, oh cool, music is a way to like communicate with people, and like it's a way to like have an identity around it, like I listen to this. So yeah, it started to change, I think, in college a little bit.
College, yeah. Thanks for sharing that piece. So Reed, can you please tell us what type of music do you currently make? Or yeah, like how would you generalize it?
Yeah,
I don't really know yet. I think I'm still like really like solidifying where I'm at. But I make MIDI or keyboard based like beats right now. So that's like the instrument that I play. And mostly like synth sounds, and I feel like I draw a lot of my inspiration from like a lot of electronic music, but more like down-tempo electronic music. Looking at my Spotify, I saw that I have neo indie soul as my like top genre, so I don't know, I'm sure that's kind of where I'm tracking against. But like I really like people like Tom Misch and like SG Lewis and Rufus Du Sol, and like so I feel like the music I make is coming from there, but I'm also like trying to just strip it down, and also like I don't want to rely on, because some of the synth sounds alone are so cool. Like they're just like so cool alone. Like you don't even need to have like that much talent to make one of these synths sound cool. It's just like, oh my God, that's just like, I just love that sound. And like, I'm trying to like just bring it back to just like the piano. Like I want to be able to like just like write cool stuff on the piano and like just play straight piano songs. And like, if you can do that, then you can make like awesome, like these synth sounds will just make it even that much cooler. So I feel like for songwriting, I'm trying to just like do it on the piano basically, and then like find the right like synth to match it.
Yeah, because it's super mellow, and I was not like expecting the voice. Like you have a good voice, man. The voice is definitely probably the thing that's the most polished. Like you said, you started doing that a while ago. And when did you start producing?
I got my first MIDI keyboard, like a little tiny mini Akai, like a 2-octave keyboard, and like I straight up did not know what octaves were. Like I got that and I was like fish out of water. I knew that I liked to sing, and I knew I was frustrated by like being at the mercy of people who play instruments basically. Like I'd be like, hey man, do you know how to play like Sublime? Like can you play any Sublime, or could you play any like oh, do you know any Leon Bridges?
Because you could sing but you couldn't play it.
Like, and so I was like, dude, I can't rely on people to like know the songs that I want to sing, like to express myself. Like I need to learn an instrument. I need to figure this shit out. Like, so I got like nudged basically by, you know, my ex-girlfriend who's great. I won't name her, but she's like incredible, and like she's a full-on like songwriter, like pursues a career in songwriting, and like she really like nurtured my voice basically. She really encouraged me to be like, dude, you have a great voice. Like you need to be making music. You need to be playing music. Like you need to be writing music. And like all of that was like, what does that even mean? Like, and so she, to get like to, this is a long-winded answer, but like to bring it back to like when did I start? She got me my first MIDI keyboard. Probably I was a junior in college, so maybe like 2013 or something like that. And like, I mean, it's been a journey, man, since then. But it was like slow going. I was just like ding ding ding. Oh wait, where's the record button? Like, oh, should I buy software? Like, it's been like such a journey since then. But I bought Reason, which is like a competitor to Ableton. Yeah, exactly. And if I were to go back, I probably would buy Ableton. It seems like I mean, they're both, I think, excellent programs. Yeah. But there's just more, like, it seems like more like forum and more of a community around Ableton. I don't know for sure, but I'm just like, sometimes, like, it took me a long time to figure out very basic stuff on Reason because I didn't know anyone using Reason. And like, when I went to Google it, it would be like really complicated answers. Like, you got a code or something, and I was like, no, like I don't know how to do that. Like, I'm
sure it's not easy to learn.
I mean, I remember buying like a USB mic. Like I have a Blue Yeti like mic. That was my first mic, and it took me like, I bought it and I was like, sweet, it's USB. I'll just plug it right in. Boom, I'll be recording today. It took me like 2 weeks to figure out how to like, like, it was a disaster, but.
Like it took me and my friend like, dude, it was trash. It was terrible.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah, they're really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's never really like
Fruity
that.
Loops, they're pretty easy. GarageBand, the easiest.
Yeah,
Pro Tools is just an extension of GarageBand, but like, yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
No shame in that.
That was they're so robust, they're so like powerful, like they're really professional tools, and like they're straight up meant to be like learned through a course or something like that. And so I don't know if I could go back in time. Maybe I would have spent more time on like just straight GarageBand, because like I had really quick wins on GarageBand where it was just like, oh, this sounds pretty dope, like let me sing on this. And like but Yeah.
A reason, nice. All right, so Reed, can you tell us a little bit about your creative process? How do you begin a song? Is it, you know, do you like hum to something, or is it just things kind of like come to your brain like immediately and you just like run to your room or something? Or can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think like my intuitive creative process, or like the one that I like naturally fall into, is that I'll like, you know, set up my keyboard and everything, and I'll just like start like playing out just like chords, and that's been a big focus for me actually. Just like a little tangent on that is just like becoming more familiar with like major seventh chords and like jazzy chords that have like cool sounds. And but yeah, I'll start like playing out chords, and I'll try to figure out like a chord progression that I like, and then maybe I'll add like a bass line, and maybe I'll add drums. But at that point I'm like starting to like hum out like a vocal melody, and I try to do it pretty quick. Like I try to, like, from the time that I hum something out to the time that I'm writing lyrics, like it's pretty quick. I probably could be more intentional with the way that I write. But usually I'm scared of losing my vocal melody and like forgetting what it was. So I'm like, just record it like right now. And like, I really want to get words to it very quickly for some reason. Like cause then I can like put more like power in my voice behind it. So like, yeah, I'll like figure out chord progression, and maybe I'll have like a little like simple drum like beat, and then I'll be humming and like writing out like just the first words that come to my mind, like straight up like Rorschach test, like just like, okay, like apple, you know, like like random stuff, you know. And I'll just kind of scan those like words that I've put out there to like see if I can generate like a motif or like a thread that makes sense. And then I'll try to tie that together in like a chorus. Like okay, cool, this is like about heartbreak. Like what can I say something profound about heartbreak like in a chorus to like bring it all home? But I guess like I've learned a couple other techniques. So I have a music teacher, which is cool. Like I'm really like fortunate that I can be doing that. But I have a music teacher, piano teacher, who's like also a vocal coach, also a songwriter. And he's taught me a couple other techniques that I think are really cool, because sometimes I'll get stuck. Like I'll be like, oh, I don't know where to go with this. And usually what I'll do, like the process I just described, is like chord progression first, like lead piano or lead synth chord progression, then bass, then vocals. He taught me like try singing your vocals first. Like if you run out, like sing vocals, and then see if you can like match that note of the vocal on your keyboard, and then create that into a chord, and then use your vocals to create the chord progression, like vocals first instead of like lead synth first, which was another way to do it. So that was kind of cool. And then also like I've done songs where like straight up there's like 6 chords in every major key, and like you just take a die and you just roll the dice, and then like 1 5 7, or you know 1 5 2, and like boom, chord progression. And like let's not get hung up on it, let's just like throw it out there and like see what's there.
That's cool.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, so that's another, like he's really just like up my song writing volume basically. Like I've written like so many like garbage songs recently, but just get them out, just pump, like make bad music, and just like you just gotta like, volume is a big part, I think, of just like making something. And
Like yeah,
he's like,
I feel like putting out songs isn't, it takes so much, especially for like, I feel like any artist, you know, releasing something that you're working on is such like a piece of yourself that it takes me forever to like release music. I take so long just because it's like, oh, what are people gonna think? You know, all these like I get flooded of thoughts. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
you do really well though. You pump out a song almost every day.
There's like 200 songs on my SoundCloud, but
that's epic. Yeah,
it's cool. And then I try to motivate my friends like Trevor, and I got another friend, and he's sitting on like 300 songs, and he's got like 50 on SoundCloud. I'm like, bro, like,
just release them.
Just put them out there. Like, I mean, at least you could listen to them. Like, I'm not saying market your SoundCloud or anything. Just listen to them.
Yeah.
Listen back.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible that you're putting music out that frequently. I think that's like my biggest like area of growth right now in music is just like getting in front of the keyboard, getting in front, like finding the time to do it. I mean, we always, so like my housemate Sean is a creative director, and like he does like mostly video but also does podcasts, and one of the things we talk about are like the barriers to creativity. Like for me, like I'm trying to have no barriers to creativity. Like I'm trying to I watched this video from Tame Impala, and he's like in this like beautiful mountain house, and like every instrument is just teed up, like plugged into the amp, on, ready to go. And like that's no barriers. That's like you're gonna create so much music if you just walk in, boom, boom, like
yeah, it's there.
For me, like I gotta like plug my keyboard in. I gotta like move the stuff. Like, I don't have a lot of room, you know. Like I gotta like move everything. Like so. I think that's also like something to be mindful of, is just like just have it set up, good to go. Like that'll help you just pump stuff out.
Have a space to go to.
Yeah.
Love it. That's awesome.
So if you could collaborate with anybody, who would it be? Like no barriers. If you could just call them right now and just say, let's make a song.
Oh wow. Ooh, probably Tom Misch. I mean, I think that he's just like an incredible beat maker. He's just got like such like a jazzy, like sophisticated ear that's like, I mean, I would be so out of my league. Yeah, it'd be cool to watch that. I mean, that's a tough one though. I mean, there's like, you know, it's like classics like
Two more. Pick two more people then too. So then you're not.
I mean, I really, not that they're like, I mean, there's so many great artists, and like, but Rufus Du Sol is just like someone that I always come back to, and just like their music isn't, I mean, I don't want to downplay them at all, but it's not like the most sophisticated, crazy music, but it's just like, it just hits me every time. It's just so emotional and just like comes through. And do you guys listen to them? Are you guys familiar with Rufus?
Definitely.
Nope.
No.
No.
Well, you're okay. We'll
Yeah,
definitely show you.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if it's like the most sophisticated, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it doesn't. So that's one that I would do, and then
awesome. What if you had to have like a rapper on a song with you?
a rapper.
Yeah.
What
kind of rap do you like?
I like Stormzy a lot. You know Stormzy?
Dude, yeah.
Stormzy. Okay.
So hard.
Cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Stormzy.
don't know about Stormzy. You know about Stormzy?
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, he's hella cool. That'd be sick.
Stormzy's hard.
You're trying to get on a grind beat then? You're trying to sing on a hook and he can do the
He's
hook.
just that like British, like
It's hard.
it's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Stormzy.
That's
Stormzy.
fun music.
Cool.
Do you want to tell any stories or anything? Like anything funny that we can throw in there? Like any funny golf read experiences?
I'm trying to. Oh God, there's so many.
Me and Trevor both were like stupid
I think.
in high school.
I think one of my favorite memories was when. Remember Jeff Sims?
Yeah, of course.
Remember his house that we like. It was just
yeah.
vacant. Like I don't know how we came across that situation, but we were just back in high school. You know, every day after school, we would just go to like this vacant house, which was literally like, you know, like down the road from our school. All of us would just meet there, just go inside, no parents there, you know, and we would just like hang out,
somebody's
hacky
house.
sack. We would like eat.
Okay.
We would just
Gotcha.
play like, you know, stupid games. Like I just, and we got away with it for so long. We got away with that for such a long time, and
It
then
was his house? Jeff's house?
yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. His
'cause-
parents weren't home.
Yeah, his
Gotcha.
it was just like a house that was completely vacant, right?
Yeah, so I think they sold the house, but the buyers had not yet moved in yet.
Oh,
So
no.
it was like
That's
it
it.
was like in like some like long-term escrow or something like that. Like it was some really abnormal situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was full on vacant, no electricity, I don't think, no
Mm-mm.
running water. And we were just like full on Lords of the Flies in there, dude. Like getting
That's
weird with
good.
it.
I
like,
didn't know. Was that your senior year? Must have been.
That was
Yeah, I think it was. It
Yeah,
was
'cause
because
I was graduated by then.
okay.
So, yeah,
I think so.
Because I never heard about that.
Yeah, dude. It was literally. Oh my god. That house was just like destroyed. Jeff Sims, if you're watching this, we are so sorry.
yeah, dude, we should just cut this out. We're gonna be in a lawsuit.
Oh my god.
The one good story.
That was so fun though, dude. That was crazy. I tell people about that and they're like, "What are you what are you talking about?" Like that's
I feel like we were just so naive and like oblivious to like what was going on. Like we were just like, oh, vacant house, let's just go there. Like
let's do it. Yeah.
Not knowing there's like other neighbors just like watching us probably from the window with binoculars. Like, why are these kids always here? Like
It got weird, man. It got weird. It got really weird.
And then I remember the way it was shut down basically is there was a group of kids. I don't think I knew them. Do you remember how it was shut down?
Yeah, wait. So, like me, Brandon Algara, Ben Rush, and maybe Josh Pasanos. Those are all some big names. Look them up. But we went on. We were at the house chilling. There was like Nerf darts everywhere in the house. It was like Nerf darts, and
nice.
You know what I mean? Like the scene of the crime was like a 5-year-old's robbery, like or something. Like I don't even know what it was. And then like we went on a drive, and then we came back to the house, and I saw a cop car like down the street, and I was like, "Ooh, you think the cops are in there?" And then we came up to the house, and there were like flashlights in the house, and we're like, "Leave the Nerf darts. Let's get out of here." Yeah, exactly.
I'm just still surprised to this day, like how we got away with that for such a long time. It was like, it wasn't just like a month. It was like, like
it was
three,
like the whole school year.
We were just kind of it was literally all school year.
It was really long. It was weird.
It was a really long time.
Bizarre.
We got away with it. It was a great time, and senior year was such a joke.
Yeah, that was
Just-
funny, man.
Nicer houses.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
It
was
was.
nice when it. Yeah, it was
Till it
nice
was
when it
trash.
started.
I still remember Peter Vu just like chucking an apple at the front door for whatever reason.
Exactly, dude. Things got weird, dude.
You
It
guys
got really
trashed
bad.
it. Like
It
was
got
not
bad.
even trying to be clean.
I know.
Turned into a hobo house, and you were living in Cordoval, nice house. Let's
Like
trash
a
this.
trap, dude.
No,
Trap
it was
house.
just we just didn't have any direction. Like none of us had like a certain thing we wanted to be doing after school right away. So we're all like,
Oh yeah,
"Alright,
no more
let's
golf or anything, huh? At that point.
Oh yeah, this is way after golf.
I have a story for you though. I have a pretty good story I wanted to tell you guys. Like a music story. Music was not in my family. I was not like playing music growing up or anything like that. And there wasn't a ton of music appreciation. It was just kind of like, here's what's on the radio, And like slowly, I like developed a passion for music basically, and then like realized I liked to sing, and like was like, dude, I want to like get into this. I want like music is like this beautiful human experience that like it's a shame not to. It's like, why not? Like I had felt so much anxiety around like posting my first like song on like Facebook, but it's like it's a shame not to. It's completely worth doing, and it took me a while to get to that point. And like I guess a big part of it was I traveled last October to Israel, which was really cool and fun. My like best friend is basically like from Israel, and he like showed me around, and we went into Jordan, which is like a neighboring country to Israel. And that's where like Petra is. I don't know if you guys like seen Indiana Jones, but that's where like the like crazy like sand dune temple. It's beautiful. It's like crazy, and you're like in the desert in this like ancient, super ancient place. Like, and then we stayed in the desert like with these Bedouin people who are like straight up like modern day nomadic like people who live like out in tents like, and I'm there white as hell, like not Jewish, not Arabic, not Jordanian, not Israeli. Like I just like am like straight from San Diego, with my board shorts, and we're just worlds apart. Like we're worlds apart. Like I'm looking at these Bedouin guys and we're worlds apart. And one of the people I'm traveling with is from Santa Cruz and he's a musician. His name's Scott, and he sees that there's like this guitar like instrument. It's called an oud. It's like this like gourd looking like guitar, and you know, we're in this Bedouin tent. It's like nighttime, and like the room is straight up divided between like the local Bedouin guys and like their families, and then like we're in this like tent, and like on the other half is like the tourists, like, you know, the white boys. And like Scott like finds this oud and starts like like, hey, can I, like, you know, he gestures like he's not speaking Arabic. All they speak is Arabic. He's like, can I play this? And they're like, yeah. And he starts like playing it, and it's like beautiful. Like he's an incredible guitar player, and he like the vibe completely changed. Like they like broke out like a little like hand drum. We had like this like dance party. It completely like brought the whole group together, and like it was just like, it just showed me another side to music that I'd never seen before. Because usually it's like, you know, you go to a concert, it's this huge production, it's on stage, you're in the crowd, and like it's there. I just felt such a tribal connection to music. Like I just had this feeling of like they might not even have access to radio. Like they might not, like they don't have music unless someone comes through that knows how to play the oud. And like here came Scott, and like he jammed the oud, and like that was like a treat. Like they loved us after that. They were like, thank you so much, thank you so, like they like seriously loved him. And like it was just like, that touched me so deep. That was literally the moment where I was like, I need to make music. I need to be taking music lessons. I need to, like, this is a universal language that's like ancient. And like I just never felt that level going to a show or like listening to music on there. It's so commercial here, and that was just such a like eye-opening, like it just gave me chills. Like that whole thing was just like, wow, this is undervalued. And so like we just consume music at such a rate here that we don't, like, you know, next. Like if you're out in the desert, dude, and you don't have access to music, you're not clicking next on Spotify. Like you're listening and appreciating, and like, so that just like transformed, yeah, my music appreciation.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing experience, and you're totally right that, yeah, way out there, they don't have access to like just everyday music, Spotify, just swiping next, like, so it's like whoever rolls through and can, you know, do some music for them, like that's a huge treat. So that's what an amazing story.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it was cool to be there for it.
Well, that's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
I think. All right, guys. So thank you, Reed. That was an awesome second episode of the Sound Booth podcast with Trevor DeResta, Reed Campbell, and myself, Josh Crespo. Thanks a lot, man. That last story was super cool.
That was really, really cool. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for your time, Reed. For any of those who are watching, please feel free to reach out to us. Just message us if you'd like to be on, if you would like to share your story, if you want to share a little bit about your music. That's what we're doing here. This is exactly what we want to do, and that's exactly what we want to hear. So just feel free, reach out, and
we'll have all of Reed's links too.
Oh yeah,
like in the description box.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely check out Reed Campbell. Reed, do you have
do you have SoundCloud or anything? Or
I do. Like I'm mostly putting it on YouTube right now.
Is there a favorite song of yours that you would like us to share with everyone?
Ooh, let me think on that. I will send it. I'll give you a link to it that you can put in there. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you
for
so
being on
much,
the Sound
Reed.
Booth.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Magic. Thank you.
Okay.
Of course. All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Awesome, Reed. Talk to you soon.